light, and I'm back with Aquarius Sun with Mars in Scorpio. And yes, what's very interesting about this placement is that it could just be a lot that you hold yourself back from, point blank, period. A lot. And it could be, a certain type of information that you get insight and genius ideas. As soon as somebody question it or challenge you on it, it could just be you feeling like you don't even know what direction to go in, if you should. You could be questioning yourself, things of that nature, especially if you just have not developed yourself yet to the point that you need to in order to handle certain aspects of this placement. It could really be hard for you to temper yourself out. Take and balance yourself out, your temperaments. Because you can go from one extreme to the other. One idea to the other is equally obsessed and fixated on that, the first idea, as a second idea, as a third idea. And then just question whether you can pull something off or not. And this is what you have when you have Aquarius, the sign of knowing, and Mars or Scorpio, having to feel right about it. And you have the ability to intuitively guide yourself. You do. But at the same time, with your sun sign, you can doubt that. Because Aquarians, like I said, is more about what you know. And sometimes it's hard to feel confident in something that you feel like you don't know about. And it don't got nothing to do with what you dream or you wish necessarily. Because one thing about Aquarians is when you have your eyesight set on something, or you feel like it's something that you dream or you wish to happen, you will do what you need to do to get there. You get the information that you need to get. That's another thing with this placement. You will do the work. You will look behind the scenes. You'll look deeper into a situation. And you get the information you need to get, the insights you need to get in order to move on. You have the capability to do this, especially when it comes to your knowledge, your inventions, your genius, and selling that to others. Okay? And gaining money from it. You got the potential to do that with Mars and Scorpio. And you have the ability to create things or have an idea and not let other people steal it from you. Because more than you talking about it, you're willing to just go behind the scenes and do the work. You are. But it's just that sometimes in your life, there's just extreme catastrophic events you feel that test you from all angles and make you feel like you can't get to where you need to be. I say with this position, it's best to just prepare yourself. Write your ideas down. Pursue them. Don't put a time limit on what that looks like. Have your patience. Pursue them or create things, write them down or whatever. And when things come your way, unforeseen things, it's all good because it's not knocking you off your square. You have, in your life, you could have faced traumatic events that were shocking, both good and both bad. You weren't able to really gauge on what was going to happen for you. Life was unpredictable and it could scare the crap out of you because it, like I said, the experiences could be good or bad. That caused certain ups and downs in your life, certain changes in your life when you weren't ready for it. And because of this, it could be hard for you to trust. Now, just as much as I said that you have the ability to keep things on the low, right? And not disclose your your ideas and stuff like that. Look, there's another aspect to this to where you disclose them to people that you feel is a close friends to you or your friends, and they steal your ideas and get the recognition from it, and you don't. That's why you got to keep your moves on the low with something you come up with. not advertising it, you know. You got to be willing to trust yourself. And the same reasons why you can't trust other people, you feel like the same reasons why you don't trust other people is the same reasons why you don't trust yourself. You got to remember that with this placement. You're so detached because it's hurtful for you to get involved in things and then just for them to not go the way that you want it. It's hurtful for you. And people you were close with, whether it's a father or mother or someone that was supposed to be of great influence to you, if they let you down, if they're in any kind of way, shape or form, that could be where your sense of detachment comes from. It's best to keep people away, keep distance with people, and instead of them coming in, knowing me, knowing everything about me, and then betraying my trust. Because contrary to what people like to believe, or even some Aquariuses themselves, you guys have feelings. You guys have feelings. You have to acknowledge them so that they don't hold you back. And you have to understand that they have everything to do with where you are now and where you're trying to go. These things stop you. These things stop you and prevent you from moving forward. You got to remember that. And your sexual experience, this placement, you can be involved sexually with other people and partners and be so completely detached from it. And people get so upset and mad at you because they felt like, you weren't what they thought, or they thought they was emotionally close to you, because sexually you can emotionally attach yourself and be emotionally in tune with the partner. But then when you're not sexually active to them, you're detached. And that could be confusing to people. I don't even think you can help it. It comes with the Scorpio, that Mars placement in Scorpio, where anything that you're pursuing or any way that you use yourself physically and even sexually changes things for you. Like, you transform people, and you can see people that actually transform for the better or realize some things, or waking up to some things within themselves, and then stop dealing with you. And then you're like, what? I thought that it was something else more. And it was all about, it could be extremely scary to some people, because when they wake up to things about themselves, because that's what you do, they might need time away, or they may need distance, or they may need to not deal with you. It can be scary. Your interactions with people could be scary. You got to keep that in mind. And you could be attracted to unique, different people, but that you keep on the low. This placement, because Aquarians are usually into people that's different, but this placement, you could be into that, but you might have a traditional family or job or something crazy going on that you need to come out of the lifestyle and admit or surrender to what you really desire. Because this could also be what's holding you back. And you could be really into some quirky type experimenting with people and just people in general, but it's a secret. You have sex with them on the low, or you involve yourself with them on the low. Or you could find yourself in situations with other people where they do this to you. But you have to understand that the involvement that you put yourself in, or that you associate yourself with, stops you, holds you back. You got to be willing to let these people go, these situations go, and things that's happened to you that was on a traumatic level go before you can really, really move forward. All in all, this placement can be very inventive, and you can really, when it comes to teaching and just any area or field, creativity, any of that, you can be successful and gain money off of it. Other people's money, through marriages, through investments, through child support, through all of those things. Business, you could be very good in business, but you may not want to go about handling business in a traditional sense. Remember, sometimes before we can really change anything or get any people on board, we gotta infiltrate or through the system itself in order to dismantle the system. And your emotions matter, and acknowledging them It helps you move forward instead of paralyzing you. You got to remember that. And this has been Aquarius Sun, Scorpio, and Mars. Mars and Scorpio placement.